G'day, hi, this is Julie. Welcome to my channel. I don't know if you remember or not, but I received a Gelli Plate for Christmas. I don't know, I don't seem to have had a spare minute to try it out because you really do need to, do some preparation and be organised and have space. So I've cleared off a little bit of space on my little desk. I've been watching lots of Gelli Plate printing. Let me just open this, it's going to make a lot of noise. Ooh. Oh, I didn't even realise it has instructions. I did open it and have a little look at it. It looks so pretty when it's clean and new. Lay paper onto surface, gently rub, pull paper to reveal print. All right. How exciting. It's everything. When something's so new, do you feel like you don't want to use it? Well, I do want to use it, but I want it to stay like that. So we've got our yummy. Oh, I just feel so. Oh, look at it! It's so shiny and yummy. No, I think I'll take the bottom one off as well because I want to have a clean plate for it to put it away with. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to start with really simple techniques and build it up over time, so that we build confidence. And so I've watched lots of videos. There's a playlist in the link in the description box. What I've done is every time I see a video that I think, oh yeah, I'd like to try it that way, or I'd like to do what they did, I put it in my own private playlist. So you'll be able to get to that playlist through the link below. So if you've got the link, you should be able to view it, I'm hoping. The first thing I think for basics is to roll some background colors. I'm not going to do anything too difficult to start with. First of all, I'm just going to roll the paint on and I've got some sheets of paper that got bent and crinkled and no good for the printer, so I'm going to use those first, and some of them have been printed on the other side, so let's get rid of those. If we're going to do some plains, let's start with some purples and pink. I thought that because we've got boho and the colour is pink and red, the first thing I'm going to do is create some collage sheets that we might be able to use for boho. So purple and red is purple and pink. Oh, what are the prompts? Purple and pink. No, red and pink. Okay, red and pink, but it can be a reddish purple, so, but boho anyway. So let's just start with this. This is, oh, a mess already. Oh dear. Yeah, this is what I mean. This is why I don't think I'm very good at doing this in this room. I've got to be really careful. Let's, oh dear, because, I'm a very messy person. It's oozing out. I don't know if there's going to be too much paint on here now. Oh, I've got to get myself a roll-off book too. Not as organised as I thought I was. I got impatient. I've been getting prepared for 2 days, and it's like, oh, I want to get started. I want to get started. Oh, I'm going to wipe that off because I'm going to get it all over my hands otherwise, and everywhere else. Okay, I think that will do. Okay, here we go. Let's just get rid of that. Woo, okay. It's got something in it already. What's this? I don't know. A stick. How did it get a stick on it? Okay, who knows? All right, so this, I see this acrylic paint has texture. Let's just see if it's from the roller. It's the paint. So certain kinds of paint creates a kind of a texture. Now the little roller's too little for this one. All right, let's roll it back out again. So I'm just starting basically with one color to start with. I want to get a smooth print. Is that possible? And it's got weird texture on it. Is that normal? Leigh had that on hers. It's not like, but maybe you just can't see it on the camera when I watch other people's videos. Okay, let's start. We've got this piece of paper that I wrote on when Rockwell designed, so we'll just pop that on there. Now it's an 8 by 10 plate, so it's smaller than my papers, so that's okay. Doesn't bother me. I'd rather have the papers bigger than the plate than always have leftover paint. So all right, let's see how that goes. Well, it's got some weird texture in it that I wasn't expecting, and it's very dark. Is that because it's got too much paint? I'm not sure. Okay, let's try a little bit less paint. Let's be brave already. And oh, see, this paint comes straight out as soon as you look at it. It's all gooey. Okay, it's very wet paint. It's only cheap. It's $2. This is $2 paints. I'm not using anything expensive. It's acrylic paint, Semco it says. I don't think it's very it might not be very good to use, but this is just to play and practice and see what we like. Now I'm going to roll one colour at a time. I did see that technique. Some people put all their paint on at once, and I'm actually going to not do that. I'm going to try to get this paint comes out like water, so I'm going to try to not get it to mix too much so that I get two different colours. You see what I mean? This might be too much paint. It's okay. I saw another video where they had two plates, so they had either two the same size or this one and a smaller one, and you could roll your excess paint off onto the smaller one. I think that is an excellent idea. So anyway, those two have actually mixed together. Okay, but that's okay. I'm sure it will create a different colour. Okay. This is obviously just me mucking around. It feels nice. I like the feeling of the I never thought about that, the fact that it feels like you're pressing into the jelly. You can feel it. Fun. Okay. All right. So that's our second colour. Very bright. Red, pink. Yes. We might be able to use little bits of it for accent, because I'm now going to. Oh, see, that's dry already. Well, almost dry. The only thing is, I do not. That's why I didn't want to do it in here. I don't have any space. Okay, we're going to have to create some space now. That is the problem with doing it in this room. Okay, pausing just a moment. Found a little table I've got behind me. Now I'm going to try it again. A little bit less paint. 1, 2, supposedly, and see if we can create, I don't know, a bit more pattern. I don't know if that's less paint or not. Okay. All right. Just now want to create some sort of a two-color pattern without mixing it too much. Okay. All right, paper. So the thing with this is that you start with your one. This is method one. It's going to be method one. Method one is create some plain or plain-ish 1 or 2 color, possibly 3 color backgrounds that you can use to then add other textures on top. Now that's better. It's a little bit paler. It's still, well, it looks a lot brighter in the camera, but it is slightly less. Now I just want to try something. There's only a little bit of paint left on there, but I'm just going to try spritzing it just to see if we can get something a bit different to what we've already had. So I'm using up papers that were printed and don't need any more. So it will be a little bit more wet because I've added water, obviously. Let's just see whether that just creates a mess. Now, because I used a previous print, it's come through. I just want to get something a bit lighter, pretty dark. So I'm going to do some pink, and I'm going to mix some white with it. I wish these paints, we might have to change brands because these paints are very messy. Have I got everything except white? I can't believe I've got white. Oh goodness, yeah, okay, so I've got some titanium white, Liquitex. It might be okay. Alright, let's try the white first, and I'm going to try some gold. Well, there's not much white. I must have used it for a pro, oh dear. How can I not have, I've got everything except white. Oh, there's one. Oh, thank goodness for that. Okay, let's see if we can get something a bit different. That's a little bit on the, probably too much. I want to try and get it a bit thinner. Here we go. Alright, well I think that looks a bit different to the previous versions. I'm a little bit fussy. I'm going to be a bit fussy with my, it's going to be baby pink apparently. Let's find a nice-ish piece of paper. So as I say, this is theoretically what I think looked the simplest is put a layer down, pull it off. Ah, see, now that's what I was more looking for, something. And I don't know what's created that, but it's yeah, that's more what I'm looking for, something a bit paler and patchy. I like that. And I quite like this one too. I'm actually just going to add a tiny bit of the darker, just a little bit. I'm going to add it on here, and just so that the brayer, yeah, like that, doesn't pick up too much of it. Okay, let's try that. That's very thick. I think the thinner pieces of paper are better. I've got some of this weird paper. I'll say it's weird. It's almost like photo paper. I bought laser paper by mistake for my printer, and it won't go through. It just doesn't go through the inkjet printers. So I've got a whole wad of this paper. It's very smooth and silky. It's quite nice paper, but yeah, no good for printing, so ideal to use. Okay, let's try that. Yep, it sticks. It sticks terribly. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So that's cleaned the plate. Okay, so we've done some pinks and purples, and we can add things to it. The idea is that we're creating some, what I want to do is create some backgrounds, and then we add textures to it. Well, what we could do, what we could do is what it says in there. It says like you can create text. Look at this blobbing paint. It's really quite unpleasant, isn't it? And some white maybe. Was that a bit too thick? So I don't want it to mix and be a pink. I'd like to get some different colours. There's a tiny bit. Oh, that's nice. Bit too much paint, but that's okay. I might actually, because it's quite thick, I might let's do some I'm done now. I need some I need something else to do now. Right, where's my mark making box? And I need a separate piece of paper on this side. Oh, okay, see what I mean? I'm messy. I'm very messy. I need to move this over. Oh, got it in my fingers now. Okay, and I need that there. Okay, so what I want to do, oh, actually no, we'll take one of the dry ones. Okay, and I made some texture plates. This one, let's take that one off. Okay, straws. It's glued on. I just glued straws onto cardboard. I don't know if it's going to work or not. This is in one of the videos. So I'm just going to take that off. I'm not sure how it's supposed to look, and then just put that on here. See if we can create some, oh yeah, I don't mind that. Create some texture. So yeah, I was busy last night. This is what I mean about preparing. I was busy last night making some homemade texture plates, like three-dimensional things, and we'll go through that once we've got over the basics. So I just thought, well, I just want to start. I just want to play. I had fun last night just creating all these a box full of plates. I'll show you them all in a minute. I just wanted to do this. And you don't have to do it all over the same, but I wanted to test it out. And you know, because you might not want a whole page full of the same texture. But at the moment I do. I just want to do a whole page. Okay, so that's one texture that's so easy to make yourself. You get the we'll see what that looks like, and you also get the you know, the positive print and the negative print, if that's what it's called. Okay, I'm just going to wipe it off because I'm not too sure if you get too much paint on it how it'll work in the future. All right, so now we're ready to, all right, this is thickish paper. Okay, so this is what I mean. You can start, you know, if you have your paler backgrounds, you can start adding layers on top and texture on top. It's easier to try and do it this way, where you add it to it, than it is to make, for a beginner anyway, than to make, you know, your texture plate right first time. Okay, it's a bit dark. I don't think I like these splotches that much. Okay, we've got some left behind. Let's roll a thin layer of pink on this, maybe. Not much, I don't want much. I think I left it too long, so if you let it dry, it doesn't all come off, but if it's wet when you pull it, it should all come off. And so if you let it dry, then you have to put another layer on top to pull it off. And of course, the thinner it is, the quicker it's going to dry. So let's get another piece of paper. Well, we've got Santa here, which means it might show through. Oh, it's a thick piece though, maybe it won't. These are just prints that I didn't, you know, need anymore, because prints that I did at Christmas time. Sometimes my printer doesn't work and then it prints 3 at once. Okay, I quite like that. Candy floss pink. See, now that's just with what was left, and you know, add some more to that. It's got some interesting, I forget that it always sticks. It's got some interesting little bubbles. Can you see the bubbles? So not too sure how I got that, but I quite like it. Okay, so the boho thing that we're supposed to be doing is a different brand too. It's only $2.50, but let's see if this one's better. This is Reno Art. Do I have to open it? Maybe. Yep. Okay. So it's a bit better if you can squeeze out the amount that you want, rather than have it pouring out. So what should we have with red? This deep purple. It's going to be very dark. Just a little blob of that. and some white, maybe. We're going to be too much paint again. I mean, I can see how great it would be to have 2 plates, because probably the thinner version that you do will be better. Okay, let's do this. Just want to try to spread the colours around so that it's not all in one place. Okay. Roll that off. Oh, it's an interesting colour. Okay, and some texture. All right, what else have I got? I've got this swirly thing I made. I just bought the piece of wood and glued it onto this mouse board, I think it was. Let's just see. And we're going to print that off onto this one. So I need to see where that is. Squish it in. Try and get a good print. Let's squash that on here. Pale, because it's probably because it's not completely flat. Well, we're going to do another one, so the bottom's there, and just so that it sort of has it, more of it going off the page apparently. Let's see if we can put some on here. Almost got enough room. Okay. All right. Well, it's not bad because it does create that sort of pale imprint. I don't think I will put any more on. Let's just put a piece of paper on. I mean, I've got stencils too, but I haven't got a bucket of water, and that will be very messy to do here. I don't think I'll be able to do that because I'll have to put it in water, and I'm quite likely to tip the bucket of water onto the floor, so we're just going to do it this way for now. Oh, that's interesting. Dark, but interesting. I quite like it though. But I'm getting these blotches of paint. Okay, let's try something a bit paler. I'm just sticking with the pinks and the purples for the moment. Maybe it's just the choices of my colours. And the white seems to... I'm going to put the white over here, because the white seems to, you know, go into that sort of, you know, that splotchy thing. So I'm going to put the white on the roll-off paper so that I can not have splotches of white. See, it leaves that mark. Is that what that does? Okay. Let's see. No, this is leaving little white blotches. I don't really want the lines. Okay. All right. And we might continue with this pattern because there should be some of that pattern underneath. So let's continue with that. Yes, I don't quite have enough room. Okay. Probably need to be a bit quicker because it's only thin layer, so it will dry. It's got this funny line around it, so I'm actually going to try and roll that out. I don't really want that. That's it. Yep. And we might... Yeah, see, I left it too long, and so it didn't want to go on to that. I've got something else that's swirly. I've got these letters. I'm going to add those in there. And they don't pick the paint up. They're probably soaking into the wood. It could maybe it's not cushiony enough, but that's okay. We've got some letters coming in the background here. So I just got some little wooden letters and grouped them on the on a piece of bookboard. Okay, all right, let's pull this, see what it did. Okay. Oh, this is looking a bit interesting. That's actually getting quite fun looking. Okay, so there's still a little bit left on there. I might just put a thin layer of, oh, there's still some on the roller, so let's put the thin layer of paint on that and add it to this one. See if that comes off. It may not. Taking it off. Yeah, it's cleaned the plate nicely. Not sure we can see it, but that's getting a nice scratchy sort of look. That would make nice background paper. Maybe just need a third colour on it, but definitely red and pink for our collage. Hang on, I want to do some gold and some red and pink. Okay, let's try. So I'm going to, I only want a thin layer of red. I'm going to put it on here, and gold. I'll add the gold after. So I'm just going to get my red going. Okay, and just maybe put a thin layer over it all. It's thicker in places. Okay, and then now some gold. Gold metallic in here. Okay, and then just again get it sort of inked up so that it's okay. And I'm just going to pull that because I want to see what that looks like before I do anything else to it. I'm just playing with it at the moment. Okay, so that didn't you can't really see the gold. I mean, it's got a bit of a gold shimmer, but it really just looks like red. Okay, all right. Let's try putting the gold on now with maybe some texture. It's got a bit of red still on the roller, but that's okay. We've got some gold. It's a nice colour on the plate. Let's see if it comes out on the paper. We'll put that on top of that red, I think. Now I think I meant to wait for the no, it's beading. I don't know why. It's just, maybe it's just the kind of paint, or the metallic. Maybe the metallic doesn't mix with the red that well. Okay, I'm going to add that to that red. I mean, it's dry already. It dries really quick, so I want to get it in the same place. Okay, let's just see how that goes. Okay. Okay. It's just a little bit more golder than what it was, but it's not showing up. So the red's not working with the gold, although in certain lights actually it has that. It does actually have a gold light to it. See that? Interesting. Yeah, I don't mind that. That would make some nice boho style papers. I'm thinking, got this. What I'm thinking is, what if I was to roll paint onto that, or paint onto that even, possibly. Let's try that. So I'm just going to dab it on rather than brush it, because all the gold went in between. I did wonder what would happen about the paint going in between. And of course, as I'm doing this, it's going to be drying. So I need to get it done quick and get it onto this plate. I'm not too sure it's going to work because I think the paint's going to be not thick enough. But this is the fun of experimenting. So again, I just got these wooden pieces from Spotlight. Spotlight was having 30% off the whole shop. Everything in the store was 30% off. So I went and picked up some pieces. Anything that I thought I could use for this. Well, there's sort of an imprint, but it's a double focused imprint. I'm going to put another one over here. Yep. Okay. Not sure how that's going to work, but anyway, we're going to add that. This pink one might like some gold because it didn't show up too good on the red. Let's see if it shows up on the pink. Yep, it's pulled it off. Oh yes. How about that? Oh my goodness. There you go. There's my collage done for for the collage challenge. Boho, pink and red and gold. I love that. Oh, I can't believe I'm getting such pretty prints on my first go. Oh, I love it. This is fun. Because I mean, you can't buy paper like this. None of the papers in the shops are like this. And this is really usable. This is not, you know what I'm like. I don't like things too grungy. It's not muddy, it's not grungy, it's just so pretty. Well, we've got one successful piece that I can use for I don't think I shouldn't put that on the plate because the plate's soft. I don't know if I can get any more of this. I'm just going to see if I can roll any more on it. And I think what I like about it too, I'm just going to roll a bit of gold on here. Yeah, why not roll it off on here? You don't have to roll it off on there. Let's roll it off on here. Okay, let's get rid of the lines. Pop this down. Let's pop it in the middle. It's made an imprint on the jelly. I'm not sure that's a great idea. Maybe I don't need to press too hard. I'm just going to press in some of the shapes. Okay, let's hope the shapes disappear. Alright, let's see if we can add any gold to this. I don't think it will work, but we'll just try because it's already got gold on there. But it's mixed in with the red. Okay, let's see if we can clean the plate with it at the same time. Yep, well, it's cleaned the plate. And what we've ended up with just a few flecks of gold. I really like this one. I'd really like to add some gold to that as well. So what else have we got that we could use gold with? I've got these little flower things that I thought, I mean, I'm wondering whether the small one will work better. I made those. Oh, that one's fallen off. So I put them on with a gel medium, heavy gel medium, but they might not stay. I've got these too. Yeah, I got that. We could try, let's just try this little one. Now I don't know whether or not you have to do it on the gel plate all the time, or whether we can do some of it direct. We've got our piece. We don't, who says you have to, only use the gel plate when you're creating your piece. I've just got no room to roll it. That's just the only problem. Let's see if I can add some texture to this. Yeah, just some gold lines. Get rid of some of that excess paint. Oh, don't press too hard, Julie, because you're squashing the rivets. These came out of a coffee cup, you know, one of these. I took the ribbing off a coffee cup, and stuck it to some cardboard, covered it with gel medium, and but I've pressed it down a bit, so now it's lost its. Anyway, the paint's dry now, so you can add a bit of shimmer here and there to this, just with the brayer. Why not? Just do whatever you need. So there, now it's got bits of gold on there. What else can I do? I've got so many things here, I don't know what to play with first. I've got these stamps. I'm just going to roll a bit of gold. So I'm going to put it on the plate just because it spreads out better and probably stays wetter a bit longer than it does on the paper. Roll that out there. And then I can stamp in here. I don't want this set. I just got these because of the shapes. Or maybe I can roll it straight on top. I was going to throw them away because I didn't really want. I don't make cards. And then I pulled them out. I was giving them away, you know, back to the Good Sammies, but I pulled them back out because I thought, oh, I can use the foam part. Because I knew that they were shapes. That says get well soon, but I don't want the get well soon part. I'm just going to add some interesting weird looking shape. Oops, not that side. Interesting weird shapes with this bit of paint. Why not? You know, you can spread it out so that it comes out onto the next layer. Okay, because you add paint on top, and that will pop up. Okay, so that's that one. All right. Well, I'm not sure if I like that or not. It's just sort of blobs. But maybe we can add things over the top of that. Okay. Now I want to do something with this one. What can we do with this? It's very solid, sheeny. So what would some white maybe? We've got a bit of gold still there. Maybe we need to roll some stencils on, but I'll have to go put it straight in water and see what I've got. There's a big stencil that I can just roll at once. I've got these, look, wall art stencils. It's a whole book. A bit of paper as well. Oh, okay. There's squares. Oh, these are nice. Oh, patterns. Where did I get this from? Very good. All sorts of things. Nice. Oh, and leaves at the back. Okay. All right. Well, I was heading for this one. Oh, there's the patterns there. It's a bit awkward having them all in the thing, but anyway, we're going to put this on. So we put that in the middle of the plate. Okay, and I'm going to roll on some white. So I'm just going to use a little brayer. And again, I'm going to use this at the side here so I don't get it too thick. There we go. It's not very flattened down, but okay. Let's see how that goes. And then I'll have to disappear and get a sink full of water or bucket or something in another room. So I'll have to keep, if I use stencils, I will actually have to get up. Okay, done that. Back in a moment. Okay, so I just put a little container of water out in the hallway. Hopefully the dog won't drink it. So I can just pop out there to drop it in the bucket, not on the carpet. Well, that's interesting because I waited a while. It hasn't made it too thick. It's now like a paler imprint. I don't mind that. So now I'm going to add some. Edging. I've got this stencil for edges, so let's add this one, this leaf one, down the side here. See if there's a bit of white left. Try not to go over the edge. I don't really want a little bit more paint. I need to get some more white apparently. I don't know, maybe I can brush this in. Try and get it a bit more all over. I mean, you could do it straight on the paper, but this way I think you get a less messy version of it. Okay, take that off. Well, or more messy. Pop that down here. Roll that on. Not sure if I've got I don't know if there's an upside down type thing, because I think I've got my stencil upside down, so it's probably not doing a very good imprint. But you know, with jelly printing, it doesn't actually matter. I'm going to take that white off. I don't want the those lines at the end. Okay. All right, let's take that off, and let's see if we can take that off. Might get a ghost print of the rest of it. All right, there we go. Cool bananas. Now I want some at the top and the bottom. Put this one now. Might just add some swirlies to the bottom. Okay, let's try that. Take that off. And add one to the top. Pop it in water in a second. I want to get this pulled before it gets too, so put that there. Dry. Okay, how about that? Is that nice or is that nice? I think it's all right. It's brightened up that, I mean that one's a bit too thick, I think. I like the lighter print, I have to say. But no, I like that, I don't mind it. Let's see if we can do the same for this one. Now, so there's sort of bits of, let's add some more here so it's not too thick. And here, let's just add it all. Okay. Alright, anyway, we're just going to put it on there and see if we can get it to come off. If the paint's already dry, you have to put another layer on top to pull it. Well, we got some of it off. Yes, there you go. so we can add more to that later. I don't know what happens if we put a thin layer of white on this. Let's see if we can pull the pattern off again. Very thin layer of, to get it on, you know, to pull what's left on your plate off. Thinking this one. Let's see if we can get that on there real quick. Yeah, it took some of it off, but it's certainly made that. I always forget how sticky this is. This paper is the one that doesn't go through the printer. Okay, so it's hard to see. It's got a little bit of a fleck of gold and some white and just some pink in the background. So that one we can add more to that. This one, I'm thinking about adding a bit of paint to this, just to sort of take it down a notch. That's what's left of this white. Now it's got that kind of faded pink look, which I think is fine. Who says it has to only be rolled off onto the book? Let's roll the excess off onto the dark prints. Okay, so we'll leave that. That's almost all clear now. So I've been printing, oh, got to put this in water. Oops. So just clean my brayer off. Same, I'm going to do the same with this. Just use the water on here, and it will mix up the colours that's already there. And you never know, we might pull it off. Just going to clean the plate with water. See if we can get it to pull off. Okay, now it's you know, obviously turning into little lumps. Okay, I'll roll this off. All right, and we're going to pull it off with one that I wasn't that thrilled with because it's got the writing coming behind. Well, let's just see if we can add something to it, because it's watery and it's thin paper, so if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. I already wasn't that happy with this one anyway. Okay, all right, we've got some that'll probably dry differently. So now we just clean the plate, I think. Okay, I've cleaned off my plate, and let's have a look and see what we've got for our prints. So we have this one was basically, you know, it showed the writing through. It's different. I mean, that one's actually okay. I don't mind it. It's coming along. We could add things to these. This is the one with the straw stripes that we printed directly. Different. This one's, yeah, the dark, and then we've just gone over it with white and put that stencil in. We can add to that at a later time. We've got this pink one, which, oh, this is actually really nice. It's got a really pale shimmer of gold. That's actually really pretty. You could possibly put those two together and create a nice contrasting look on a tag. We've got this, which is meant to be kind of red, but it's now with all the pink added and gold added to it. It's come out kind of orange. It's actually really nice. I really like that. This one with the gold splotches. I'm not sure if I like those splotches. You might have to add something to that to cover those up. This one's nice. This one's probably my favourite. Turned out really well. This one's different. Definitely bold and possibly boho. So, oh, look at the face in there. Can you see the face? Flowers. I mean, you could really use that for doodling. You could doodle with black or white on top of that. And then we've got that one. I don't like these splotches, so I'll change my technique. Same with these. These are where the splotches went on the Gelli Plate. And that was the very first one, which we haven't added anything to that, but we can add things to that. So those are the kind of like need to be added to it. This one we could add different mark making to it, and especially in those white areas, or we could use it for a neurographic doodle, and then doodle in the white areas. This one is definitely interesting, but I think this is my favorite, these two, and that one. So I think we've got 3 or 4 really nice prints that we can use, and the others we can add more layers to it. So what do you think? Do you think that was pretty successful for our first go? I think. Now that one's not my favorite. Which is my favorite? This one worked out really well, and I like the fact that the gold leaves and things are messy, so that it doesn't look like it's meant to be a flower or something in particular. It's just messy, and I think that would look nice as a background on a page or a tag. So I'll leave it there for the moment. I'm going to be doing more Gelli Plate printing because I love it so much. And now I'm kind of all set up on my table. I'll probably do Gelli printing all week. But I wanted to just do one video and get that out, and then I can play for the next day or so and then get that video out. So that's what I intend to do, is try all the different techniques. This one was basically, you know, make a background, a solid color, 1 or 2 colors, and then add stenciling or stamping or other layers on top of the one that's dry. That way it's kind of easier to get a pretty print. Now there is a way of doing this where you can pull this, you can put all these on and pull them all at once. I've seen a video, but you know, that's, I feel, a bit more advanced for people who know what they're doing. So the way to do it, if you're not advanced and you don't know what you're doing, is just do your pink first and then add some white and then add some red and then add some gold, and it looks like a one pull Gelli print. You never know the difference. It's just a matter of I guess you've got more control over this way as to what you want it to look like. But yeah, happy with that for my first go. So thanks very much everyone for watching, and if you've got a Gelli Plate, then yeah, grab one out. But you can see you could possibly do this without a Gelli Plate to a certain extent. You could brayer, get your brayer full and then brayer onto your piece of paper, and then add stencils and stampings and things like that with your acrylic paints, and probably create something similar. But it is fun playing with a Gelli Plate because you just don't know what you're going to get. It is really nice. It is really fun. I'll remember to check out our collage challenge. We've got the Boho Collage challenge coming up on at the beginning of the month. Is that next week? Ooh, that's next week. I'm just figuring it out. We've got a week. So for this week, I'm making papers for the collage challenge and the doodle challenge. So, and any collages that we might have. Boho, pink, red, gold. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.